Well, good morning. It's Monday, and I am getting ready and getting set to go to an appointment here, and I'm actually on time so far. That's why I'm still kind of rushing because I something always comes up. um, it's an appointment for the Drunken Science Channel, so hopefully this goes well, and we'll see what happens. And I will see you throughout the day. Bye.
Whew, it's getting hot out. Well, the meeting went pretty good. Uh, I think it's definitely going to be interesting, and I think it's going to be pretty productive. It's going to be fun. Um, so I'm sitting here at my uh, the sports park slash office, getting ready to go for a daily walk here. Um, I might second guess that and go a little bit later today when it's not as warm, but we'll see when I actually get outside. Um, it's I didn't finish up the videos last night. I think I ended up doing not I'm missing a few videos there just because last night I was really doing some thinking and trying to figure out some business stuff and which direction I want to go and follow just going along that following my passion thing. And I think I've figured it out. It's you get to a certain point after dealing with business for so long and dealing with different things that I've mentioned in some of my videos that I have a fear of success, and I've been working through that and I've been pushing through that, and I'm I don't want to boast, but I'm very proud of myself for that because it's not an easy thing to do. And so anytime I have concerns about the direction I'm going, I always make sure now that it's not because I'm afraid of, potential success of something, but really evaluating where it's coming from. And I think that's a good thing to do is when you get to a point where you're concerned about something or you're afraid or whatever, um, you need to really sit down and just kind of, is this coming from a place of fear? Are you trust your instincts because if it's coming from a place of fear and you're going down the right road, then you just need to plow through it. If it's coming from a place that you're just there's something instinctively telling you you're not going down the right road, you need to pay attention to that too. Because I think we tend to know what's going on a lot more than what we even realize in our own minds. um, and one of the business ventures that I was doing, I was realizing that I'm a very creative person and I love doing that. And there's one area in my life, one of the businesses that I'm working on, where I'm going down the road not to create but to pay the bills. And I noticed that as an entrepreneur, when you're doing things like that just to pay the bills, you tend to you're going down the wrong path because you're supposed to be following your passion. Supposed to be doing what I can't remember the exact quote, but one person really kind of summed it up very well. Is the hobbies that you love, make a business out of that, because like when it comes to this liquor cabinet that I'm putting together, the children's books that I've wrote, um, the uh, videos that I'm trying to do and stuff like that, I can be engulfed in that for hours and not even have a second thought about it. Like the other day, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning just researching, watching YouTube videos left and right about how to put a sensor in the door. And I spent hours researching that. I didn't care. I was having a blast. I got lost in it. And yes, there are aspects of every business where you need to focus on the business stuff. But, at some point in time, these are small things. And if you find yourself in the everyday part of a business and you're just like, oh man, I got to do that again, and I got to do that again, and I got to do that again, and that's your whole day, your whole week, then you're probably in the wrong business. If you find yourself easily getting lost in what you're doing, then that's probably your passion, and that's probably what you're the best at, and it's what you need to focus on. There are people out there that love when, say, like in the business side of things, accounting, dealing with legal stuff, dealing with office administration. There are people out there that actually love doing that stuff. There are people out there that they get lost in the accounting. They get lost in the legal stuff. They get lost in the administrative stuff. And they just love it. And just because it's not your passion doesn't mean that someone else isn't passionate about that. And you go and you find those people and you work with those people. And yes, accountants cost money, but you got to think of it. If you're making, is your time better spent on something you completely hate, or better spent on something that you love that you can make money at? You can make money at anything. You'd be surprised. There's people make money off of, I'm sitting here at the park, so there's people that make money going and finding a leaf and building a acrylic enclosure for it and selling it because it just looks amazing, or doing art with that, or people that make money teaching volleyball, because I'm looking at volleyball courts in front of me. You can make money out of anything, and if it's your hobby and you're passionate about it, then that's what you need to be making your money at. And so I was doing a lot of searching about that, because there are some business ventures that I've gotten into that are more about just making the money, and there's really no passion there. And I really need to not go down those roads. I need to focus in on what I love. And that's sometimes, honestly, a hard thing to find. It's a hard thing to realize what you do, and you're so overwhelmed with the day-to-day stuff, so overwhelmed with the prospects of not making enough money to support yourself and your family or others, and you lose track of what you're really passionate about. And so it's hard to find sometimes, and sometimes it can take years. Look at my history. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 12. I'm 32 now. That's 20 years. And I'm just now starting to really figure out what I am amazing at. And you take my children's book. I got that thing together in 4 months. And anytime I was working on that, I could get lost in it for hours. And it's a 32-page children's book. And yeah, it didn't take any effort whatsoever for me to get lost in the all aspects of that. Even dealing with contractors, stuff like that. Some things people don't like doing. When it came to that book, man, I didn't care. Time was disappeared. And they always say, when time crawls, you're not doing what you love. When you look up and it's been 3 hours and you don't even realize it, then you're in the zone. You're in your passion. Okay, well, I've talked your ear off for that. I'm going to go for my walk, and we'll see you a little bit later today. Horsies. There's 3 of them, if you can see them. Right in the middle of their field is this nice little, that's the Spring Creek. It's pretty cool. I'd love to own one of these horse properties that are actually like in the town, but kind of, you have to go and find them. So, I don't know why, but as I'm going for my daily walk here, one of my favorite quotes kind of popped in my head. Just happened to be in the train of thought I guess. One of my core beliefs is that everybody's a genius. They just have to find theirs. And one of my favorite Einstein quotes is, if you judge a fish by how well he climbs a tree, he's always going to be stupid. And that's just one of my most favorite quotes, especially with that core belief that everyone's a genius, and it's just a matter of finding what you're a genius at. Random thought. I'm pretty sure a couple things would happen if I didn't have this chocolate milk every day. One, I'd probably starve to death because it's kind of like a meal replacement for me. And two, I'd probably be a lot thinner, just because I'm pretty sure this is probably not the healthiest food. Drink, chocolate milk, whatever. Probably not the healthiest. But at the same time, it's probably somewhat nutritious. So, went for a second walk today, and that was a mistake, having not drank any water in a long time. And I went with a friend and her 2 kids. So yeah, about to pass out from exhaustion here from all the, overheating. It's all my own fault for not drinking enough water. So I'm gonna go drink my 3rd glass of water since I walked in the door. Well, it's been, I guess a normal day. Wow, did I get some sun? I didn't think I got any sun. Huh. Well, I spent most of my night here researching CAD software, and did a bunch of, about 3-4 hours worth of tutorials on Fusion 360 by Autodesk. And so now I'm downloading it, and I'm going to try to use that on the cabinet that I'm putting together, just to kind of get a basic idea of how it works and see what happens, or see, how it looks, and make sure I have everything officially written down, and everything comes out nice before I start putting it together, because it's going to be an expensive cabinet. And it's a good skill to have, is the CAD software, because there's a lot of things that I like to do that I could probably use it, so yeah, it's probably a good time to start learning. But after this installs, I'm going to bed. So, hope you all had a great day, and see you tomorrow. Night.